What's up guys, welcome back to the Radiant Sports podcast with me Sam, and today more Euros talk. It's getting a bit spicy in the F1 from the last race and then Drivers' Championship. Going to be reviewing UFC 303, Pereira versus Prochazka, and we're going to be looking at some of the boxing over the weekend, some pound for pound stars fighting. Bam Rodriguez and Teofimo Lopez was also in action this weekend, so let's get straight into it. Going to start off with the Euros. Last week I gave my round of 16 predictions, so we're going to start off going through those basically and what happens. And I think I predicted all but one. I think the one I got wrong, I had Austria going through over Turkey, but in fact Turkey beat Austria in a very close game 2-1. So that puts them through to the quarterfinals. Lots of people's dark horses before the tournament, but they beat my dark horses, Austria, so fair enough. They are a dark horse. I'd have to say Turkey and Switzerland are probably the least favourites to win. But yeah, Turkey of course going through, and they will face Netherlands, who, as expected, beat Romania. They've won 3-0. Pretty simple win for them. Just the quality wise between them in that Netherlands team is really good, and yeah, got the win over Romania in that. So Netherlands Turkey, that's going to be a good game. Obviously Turkey got some quality in there. Netherlands have the quality, but do their performances always match up to that? No. But for me, Netherlands to go through that, I think. I think on paper you can't say they shouldn't win that, and obviously they might not in the game. You never know. Turkey are a good, solid team, but I can't go on the fact that Netherlands might have one of their off games, because when they're playing well, they are one of the top nations in Europe. So for me, Netherlands going through. In the other games, we'll go to England now. Stinking game. What was it? The first shot on target was, as you probably saw, Jude Bellingham's overhead kick to take it to extra time, and then Kane scored the winner just at the start of extra time. It was 2-1 in the end after extra time. Stinking performance that was, man. It was awful. Don't know what to say. We've been awful most of the tournament apart from the first 30 minutes. Yeah, it's just tactically it's so bad. And like, I don't know, hopefully stuff changes in the quarterfinal, but I don't know. I could say tactically the call to take Luke Shaw and not being fit has backfired massively. I thought we should have took Tyrick Mitchell in the first place, an actual left back at left back, because obviously with Foden cutting inside, there's no one on the overlap because Trippier just doesn't want it anywhere near his right foot. He wants to cut inside too, so there's such open space on the left hand side. Kane's dropping too deep, and like I said, with Foden cutting in almost into the inside, Bellingham's playing that number 10 role, and you've got Kane dropping as well. You've got three players who want the ball in the same position, where Kane just needs to stay up front. You saw the difference when Tony came on, someone who's pinning the centre backs back up front, what difference that makes. And yeah, man, if he wasn't captain, you'd probably say, could Kane be dropped? Just his performances aren't there. He's not staying up the pitch, he's not pressing high, he's dropping, and when he's dropping we lose the ball there. There's free to pass it around their centre backs. But yeah, Mark Gay's out the next game, second yellow card. Now talk of playing a back three, which I think could work, could be interesting, with Konza coming in centre back, with Konza, Stones, Walker back three. I'd say then he did it when he brought Palmer on, he put Saka at left back, but in a wing back role I think Saka, and then he could also have Trent out wide on the right, have his brilliant delivery in, Bellingham, Rice in midfield. So I will say it would mean Mainu getting dropped, unluckily for him, but just to fit the right wing back in Trent, who's a brilliant option out there. Saka wing back, then you would be bringing Palmer and Foden and have them just behind Kane. It might work if that's what the selection that Southgate goes for, but we'll see. And in the quarterfinal on Saturday we have Switzerland. Switzerland battered Italy 2-0. I didn't expect Italy to go through the groups, and they only just did against Croatia after that last minute equaliser. I didn't think they were good in the first place. I had them to go out. and they're proving they're not very good, losing to Switzerland. Switzerland, the well-drilled, solid team. Xhaka running that team in midfield. They've always been fairly decent, just never one of the top teams, but they prove it. They're better than teams like Italy, who another disappointing performance after not qualifying for the World Cup, holders of this trophy as well. So Netherlands, Turkey, Netherlands go through there, and England, Switzerland. If we can pick it up, England, I think. Maybe it's just a kick at the backside we need, taking it to having that extra time. Brilliant performance by Jude. Wow. Brilliant moment from Jude. Not performance, not brilliant performance from anyone really. And yeah, England then to play Netherlands in the semi-final, which I would go England. Bias probably, but again, I said they won't have a bad performance against Turkey, but they could have a bad one against England. But I also think, player for player, how many players does that Netherlands team get into the England 11? I mean, at the moment probably loads, but on that, normally, if you like name wise, Van Dijk and Ake. I think that's it. I don't know who else gets in the England team player for player. And that's only because we don't have a left back that Ake gets in. I'm sure Shaw would play there. Anyway, so for that I have England progressing to the final on that side of the draw. The other side of the draw we have Spain. Great performance, beat Georgia 4-1. So, I mean, Georgia got to round of 16 in their first ever tournament. What can you say? And they scored a goal against Spain. They went up, but Spain just looked quality attacking players. Rodri, centre back, centre midfield, just running things like he does for City. And yeah, but big game this on Friday. We're going to have Spain against Germany. Germany beating Denmark 2-0, fairly easy, expected really, but boy, I can't wait to Friday. Spain, Germany, two of the favourites of the tournament going in really. Spain look really good. Didn't have them, I probably had them going this far, but they weren't one of my favourites. I think, and I still maybe think, the back line itself may be a bit iffy, and it'll be tested against the likes of Havertz, Verts, Sane, who else got there, Gundogan, who else am I missing? Musiala, of course. And yeah, and I think Germany will go through there. I think, again, Spain's backline is the issue for me. Germany's forward line and the midfield players at quality. You have Kroos still controlling things, and Rich breaking everything up. Solid defence as well with Rudiger there, and yeah, for me, Germany going through. I think in extra time, I would go say, just 'cause I think it'll be a cagey affair. Now you're playing a big team in the quarter-final of a major tournament. Other round of 16 games, Portugal won on penalties against Slovenia. Close to a massive upset there. It's 0-0. Ronaldo missed a penalty in normal time. Great save by All Black. His head was fully gone as you saw him crying, moaning, whatever. And I don't know, Portugal may be better without him. Probably would be. But, you know, Ronaldo's Ronaldo. But he did score a penalty in the shootout, made it up for it. And the hero was the keeper. Saved all three of Slovenia's penalties. Portugal won 3-0 on penalties, easy, as you like in the shootout, but then made a real tough go of it in normal time. Great Slovenia performance, and I don't know, maybe Martinez tactically got it wrong. As Slovenia, I think Sesko had a chance, 1-on-1 in the keeper in the last minutes of extra time, which would have won it for them. It's so close. Portugal very, very lucky. Roberto Martinez needs to get his act together and get that team up and playing well, like they should be able to. And another huge game for them in the quarter-final. They have France. France 1-0 against Belgium. Pretty rubbish game, honestly. Own goal for France again. The kings of own goals at the moment. They're not scoring much themselves. Belgium just a poor team anyway. That golden generation's fading. And yeah, again, prove them. De Bruyne can't run for other people, make them do, and get on the end of the balls like they did for Man City. It's unfortunate for him. France, they're winning, man. That's what wins your tournaments. They're playing okay, not the best, but you know, with them, if Mbappe turns it on, it's a game over for Portugal. And for me, I think it is game over for Portugal. You can't have a performance like that against Slovenia. and expect France to put on a poor performance, and for me France go through to play Germany in the semi-finals. And who would I have going through? This is next week. I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm doing these now because I'm not too sure when I'll have time to record with work and everything. Next week's podcast to go through. So I'm going to do the semi-finals now. As I said, England the other one, and England in the final will play Germany. Home tournament for them. They got the back in, and I think. Will they play Germany? No, I'm saying that. I'm going back on my original start of the tournament. I said it would be France. I think France. Well, before round 16, when predicting these, I was looking at it. Oh, maybe it's not Germany. France haven't performed well, but they're always there and they know how to win. It's such a tough game. Germany playing really well, home team. France not playing so well, not getting as many goals, players aren't scoring, but it's France. For me, I've changed my mind from the original. I said France before the tournament, or when the bracket happened. I think now the way they're playing, I've got to go Germany. Germany to win. Extremely close. Well, I think Germany do it in 90 minutes. The way their front line's playing, Musiala just bossing it. Kroos will just... It'll be a tough battle between Kante and Kroos. Kante's played really well, has been France's best player this tournament. Tony Kroos, can he cook one more time? I think he can. Musiala running around the place. Gundogan, Havertz. They need pace. Sane, come on. They got so many options up front. Germany, England final in Germany. Chaos that will be. Unbelievable game that will be. And yeah, that's what I think it's going to be. But we'll have to come back next week and see if that is the case. So that's it for the Euros talk now. This weekend, we Silverstone British Grand Prix. So looking forward to that, especially even more after last week's Austrian Grand Prix. George Russell won the Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri second. Carlos Sainz third to complete the podium. Where were Verstappen and Norris? Verstappen finished, was it fifth in the end? After contact with Lando Norris for the leads of the race. God damn. He's getting a bit 2021 with Lewis Hamilton potentially. Max is tough driving ways, not leaving as much space, say, as he could. But then again, he's not entitled to leave like the whole road for them. Lando is a tough driver. I'm not sure he's one to take any rubbish on the track either. He's both tough drivers. So it'll be interesting to see. There's a bit of spice. Many people saying that this is the FIA's fault for Max going unpunished against Hamilton, how he's driving. So it's coming back. But I think Lando can hold his own. I don't think he's one to back down. Could end up terrible for both drivers. And obviously Silverstone, the scene of the crime a couple of years ago where Hamilton and Max collided. Max went straight into the wall. Big shunt. Obviously people having their thoughts saying that Max was at fault, and the FIA saying Max was at fault for a 10-second penalty, which didn't actually affect his place. Obviously Lando had to retire from the race. Both had punctures, but Lando had more front wing damage, so he retired. They managed to fix the puncture of Max and he got back out with a penalty. But yeah, it's getting spicy. Teams have been posting stuff about who was in the right, who was in the wrong. So very interesting. It's going to be spicy, and it's just what the season needed after the gap closing on Max and the Red Bulls not being so far ahead. Also, this past weekend we had UFC 303 for Alex Pereira against Yuri Prochazka, international fight week in Vegas. Damn. I think on this I predicted Prochazka to win and we'll go to a trilogy, but god damn, we don't need no trilogy. Alex Pereira is the guy. Second round knockout, head kick, good night. Man, he's too good. 2-weight world champion. Pound number 2 now. Can he do 3-weight world champion though? It's got to be next. No one wants to see Blachowicz. He's beat him. Ankalaev. They say he's going to wrestle and take Pereira down, but Man, those leg kicks in his fight against, it was the vacant bout against Blachowicz, the draw in the end. Ankalaev only took Blachowicz down because his leg was battered, and levels of kickboxing wise, Pereira's miles ahead, so that could be the same case, and I see him just sparking Ankalaev out as well. He's that good. But we want to see heavyweight Pereira, man. What the fight should be. I'm sorry, Tom, but Tom, you got years. Alex Pereira's only got a few years left. It's got to be John Jones, Alex Pereira, for the GOAT status. Heavyweight gold, and who is the GOAT? How long has it been since someone's challenged John Jones for the GOAT debate? Who's been around the weight classes for them to actually make that fight? Never been seen before, a freeweight world champion. And he'd beat the GOAT of MMA, John Jones, to do it, to make himself the actual GOAT, the number one. Stipe hasn't fought in forever. No one actually cares about Jones Stipe, let's be honest. Before this, it was all everyone's Jones Aspinall, which it should have been. Stipe, you're trying to elevate Jones' GOAT status by giving him Stipe's scalp. People think people know John Jones is GOAT. He doesn't really need it. His resume says enough about him and how good he is. But give Alex Pereira the chance, man. Heavyweight Jones Pereira, biggest fight in the UFC. I could say that's a bigger fight than any, maybe not pay-per-view wise, maybe just so, but I think it's bigger than any McGregor fight. I think it's bigger than Topuria Holloway. I think it's bigger than Izzy Drickus has just been made. Alex Pereira, John Jones. It's bigger than Jones Stipe, and it's bigger than Jones Aspinall, I have to say. It's got to be the fight. Alex Pereira, John Jones, heavyweight gold. Yeah. Anyway, Yuri will be back. He's the guy. I'm sure he'll be back challenging for gold at some point in his career. And I think he'll win gold again. Still want to see the Jamal Hill fight. Obviously never happened because they're both vacating. There's a fight. Prachka Ankalaev. Prachka Blachowicz. All good fights to make. Also, damn, the co-main, whatever happened. It's meant to be Ortega against Lopez. Ortega didn't make weight, lightweight bout. Lopez says yes, let's go. A couple hours before, 4 hours before, Ortega's ill. Damn. We need a co-main event. Gets on the phone, Dan Ige accepts it on 4 hours notice because he has passed his medicals with the Vegas board. He's fighting in a couple of weeks, moving forward. All his medicals are good from his last fight in Vegas, and he ends up taking the fight on 4 hours notice. That is BMF stuff. Dan Ige, Diego Lopez, 13 against 14. It was at catch weight, it was like 165, not featherweight. However, Diego Lopez, that guy, says yes once again. Wins 2 rounds to 1, unanimous decision. But Dan Ige, what guy, took that 3rd round. BMF behaviour. They both got to get fights. Lopez has been good as gold this fight week, accepting the weight changes, accepting a new opponent on 4 hours notice, winning the fight still. Dan Ige's a BMF, getting paid, get him on the big card. Get them both on the Sphere card, man. If it's going to be as big as they say, get them on the Sphere. We could do Lopez Ortega again if he's not actually going up to lightweight now. Lopez Volk, Lopez Yaya Rodriguez, Ige Yaya Rodriguez. Get them fights, man. Get it booked. Also, I mentioned it last week, we'll go into it. Anthony Smith, Roman Dolidze, late notice on that. Both, Anthony Smith was late notice 2 weeks, but Dolidze was in the fight week. Unanimous decision from Dolidze, nothing more to say. Poor fight, poor performance by Smith, leaving someone on the weight division below, but that is that. How can I forget? MVP, Ian Gary. Ian Gary won, just 2 rounds to 1, unanimous decision. Took MVP to the ground, but in all honesty, didn't do much with it. It was clear to see on the feet, the striking wise, MVP miles ahead of Gary. He's so quick on the feet, his kicks, getting in and out of range, he's one of the best at it. And Gary found that out pretty soon, took him down, took him to the ground, but won on duration rather than domination and damage. Didn't do anything with it, just had him on the ground, not doing much. But what can you say when he took it back to the feet in the 2nd round, which MVP took? He was getting battered, but yeah, on a close 3rd round, just held him in the clinch and got the dub, which is all that matters. But yeah, that's that for UFC 303. And we also had some boxing at the weekend, like I said, pound for pound. Top 10s going at it. Well, one of them definitely top 10 now, top 5, top 4 maybe. Jesse Bam Rodriguez defeated the guy Estrada for his super flyweight belt. Knockout, 7th round was it? Yeah, 7th round, to prove he's that guy. Legend killer now, Bam Rodriguez, 24 years old, multi-weight world champion, top 5 pound for pound star. Kid's good. He's got dynamite in those hands. Dropped Estrada once before and then body shot to win the fight. Got dropped himself though, but I think that was good for him. Get him in the headspace to be like, okay, let's rein it in a bit. You need to not get too carried away. This guy's still dangerous. It's the reason why he's one of the goats of this division. Rein it in. And then dropped him with a killer body shot, man. First time Estrada's been stopped, I think. But yeah, this guy's the guy. Getting fights. He's flying out to Japan for, is it Ioka's unification fight in Japan. Can unify the super flyweights fairly easy. That's a unification fight, and then it could be another unification fight with Rodriguez. And the other belt holder is also... trying to find it now. Is also Japanese. I cannot think of his name for the life of me. Let me find it. I can't right now. Anyway, the fights are over Japan. Let's be honest, for Inoue. Get ahead of myself there, but we'll talk about that too. Unifications for this belt. Undisputed, this weight division is all in Japan. The fight at the weight division above against Junto Nakatani. Money fight also, because Junto is top 10 pound for pound also. Pound for pound money fights there for him. Up weight division below above at bantamweight if he wants that. But again, Japan's where the money is. And if he wants to take it one step further, Inoue super bantam. I think that's just a bit too far, because I think Inoue's looking up as well. So I'm not sure they will ever cross paths, unfortunately. But Nakatani's the guy. Like, that's the fight. Nakatani, bam, in after he unifies, gets undisputed, potentially goes up, or just go up and down like he wishes, like he is anyway, like the guy he is, because that would be such a banger fight. That would be, if there's not the talk of Nakatani going up and fight Inoue for a Japanese super fight. Anyway, man, these lower divisions, they're exciting, man. Bam, and all the guys over in Japan, quality fighters. Also, low-key fight this weekend, we have Teofimo Lopez defending his super lightweight belt. Easy, boring, unanimous decision win over Steve Claggett. He's got to unify, man. He's got to unify. Isaac Cruz is on the Saudi LA Crawford card. If he comes through, unify that. Easy fight for Teo, and maybe it's a big fight that he will actually get up for and put on a clinic. Shakur, maybe not, but he's leaving Top Rank now, so I don't see that happening soon. And then, what am I saying? Shakur's in the light. I'm thinking of Tank. I'm getting so confused. Been a long day. Shakur's in weight division below. I mean, he could go up, but that's for the future. Sorry, Devin Haney. That's what I was going for. If he's even actually vacating the belt, but there's a money fight there. Haney, Lopez, pay-per-view. That's money. That's my cash money, baby. Isaac Cruz, Liam Paro, fancy going down under, or bring Liam Paro over. There's that fight, but I think Isaac Cruz is the fight for Lopez, because I don't think Haney's going to fight until Garcia. Let's be honest. Maybe he's lying on Twitter, but I can see it happen. I think mentally he needs to get back in there, and he needs to get back against Garcia first before he needs any fights. It's only a year, so it's only 9 more months now, really, because it's backdated from the fight. Lopez Cruz comes through on August 3rd. Lopez Cruz, I think it's a fight. Let's talk about him going up to welter, but there's so many good fights around super lightweight. I think get undisputed, man. Just do it. That's what we want to see. We want to see Teo Lopez in good banger fights. But yeah, that's it from me this week, people. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on the Radiant Sport Podcast. Goodbye.